about hitting rock bottom? There's only one way left to go, and that's up.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Discovering Myth Talk Show with our very first series, Moth in Black, and apparently our final episode of this series. And today, as you can see at the beginning of this video, you see a ship. Okay, a ship is talking to his friends. The only good thing about when you hit rock bottom, because there is only one way to go. That is going up, and that's why today we have a very special guest all the way from Singapore who will be sharing about his life journey. Okay, guys, so let us meet Hayashi. Hi, Hayashi.
Hi guys, hello. Thanks for inviting me on the show.
I should be saying thank you for saying yes to my invitation. I know it's kind of rush for you. Like I do remember that it was the last 2 weeks, right? I said, hey Hayashi, can you be one of my guests on my podcast series? And I'm glad that you say yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me because quite a surprise to me. I was like thinking, oh, how come you want me to be on the live show?
you know that because I was like thinking because previously I was like having this conversation with two guests from United States. So apparently when I was thinking about this, thinking of this series of like Moth in Black, then I remember I come across your story before. So that's why I invite you, because I think that you are a suitable candidate, and your story fit this series title.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I also hope that through my life experience and my story, I'm able to share with more people to inspire them and also to motivate them in their life, no matter which stage they are at in their life.
Yeah, that I believe it definitely will, bro. Definitely will. So Hayashi, maybe you could do a little bit of a self-introduction.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Hayashi. I'm from Singapore. You might be wondering how come I have a Japanese name. Very simple, because I used to study in Japan, and this Hayashi Takeshi is actually directly translated from my Chinese name. And for myself now, I'm a social media coach and also an entrepreneur. And I teach people and I coach people on the personal branding and attraction marketing for early stage entrepreneurs or self-employed. Yeah.
So marketing. So you are the social media coaching, right?
Yeah, correct. That's right.
Yeah. So how do you involve in this? How do you involve to be this social media coaching?
For this social media coach was like many years back. I think at least 3 years to 4 years ago, around that period of time, whereby I was approached by my mentor Surya to actually help her and also to assist in doing coaching for the students in her academy, because I was labeled as one of her top apprentice. Okay, apparently I used the skill set that she taught me, and I built business around it. I get money from the skill set that I learned, and from there I kind of start to fall in love in coaching, fall in love in sharing my knowledge to people. So I venture into this area. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I mean that being a coach, right? I know that it's this being a coach is something very new, especially in this Southeast Asia. And I know this coach job, right? This coach title, right, is being flooded in United States. Okay, so here's the thing, though, because when you are doing a coach, do you often share your stories to your students, or how, or you just like coaching them about one direction, but you didn't involve the story inside there?
To be in fact, most of my students, or should I say that all my students, they know about my story. They know about how I fell down and how I got up myself, and even at this point of time, even at this current stage now, I do share how my entrepreneurship journey is like, or maybe even now I'm facing some issues with my business. I do share with them case study like, oh, okay, I'm facing these issues now, and how can I solve my issues at this point of time. So most of them, they call me up, and we have a regular chit chat, and they know what is my progress progress currently and maybe in future, so they know about the issues that I face. I tell them that this is entrepreneurship, this is doing business. You have the real life example here I'm going through, and I'm sharing with you how I face these things, how I feel. And to be in fact, I'm quite naked emotionally in front of them, so I'll share everything to them, so that they can learn at this point of time, like, oh, when I do this business, I got this issue, how do I solve, and what kind of emotions or I will be going through, that kind of thing. Yeah.
That is good. That is good, because I do believe that some coaches, like, they don't like to share their past, especially how they fell down, because they want to having a professional image about themselves. Now, speaking of fell down, what was the hardest fell down that you had in your life?
The hardest fell down is definitely the broken marriage. It apparently affected me so much that I almost committed suicide twice in my life because of the broken marriage. Yeah.
Because of the broken marriage. So probably you can share with us, like, I mean, that if you are willing to share with us, that what happens that caused you to have this broken marriage? Is it because of the lifestyle that you had before, or is it because of like what Chinese say that 你不适合我，我不适合你, or in English say that you are not for me and I'm not for you, something like that. So what actually caused that thing?
Okay, so for my marriage, I believe it's both parties, and for us, it didn't start off as a good start. Okay, reason because I was still kind of just broke up with my ex-girlfriend, and I got together with my wife, and my wife is from Malaysia. I'm from Singapore, so there's two different culture from two countries. Even though we share a lot of things, similarities like food, like language, and but the thing is, we have a lot of differences, and also because of my parents, they are not, they are worried about me that I can't take care of a foreign lady, and also at the same time worried that I can't support a family, and all these things comes in. So it's like not only country, not about parents, and also about our difference in the sense of our different belief and mindset in life, and also because our different lifestyles. So everything all in all, screw up my marriage, and I was still young. Okay, I'm young now. I'm 30 years old, but that time I was still very young. So about 20, 24, 25 years old. So during that period of time, also because of money, all right, because I went through near bankruptcy when I was with my wife. Okay, near bankruptcy, I left with almost nothing. To be exact, I left with nothing. All right, to my name, nothing at all. I was in debt, almost $100,000. I have to, work 4 jobs. All right, I have to work 4 jobs, and sleep 4 hours a day, and I borrow a lot of money to live my life, and I cut off all my social circle. I don't contact my friends. I left my house, I left my home, my parents, and I stay in Malaysia. So that was a lot of things, has been, piling up. And when we are young, we don't tend to communicate. What we do is like, oh, okay, fight, quarrel, and then after that, then let it be. And
Yeah,
all these
true.
are piling up throughout the years, and it's not that healthy for a relationship, right? And so all these things pile up, and that was the period of time whereby, in my life, there was no there was so much lies, there was so much betrayal, there was so much, mistrust, you know, and as if you are in a marriage, but it's worse than being a stranger. All right, any stranger you say hi, you say bye, but in marriage, I can even, how do I say, don't see her, my spouse, for 1 month.
Oh,
You know,
really?
yeah, 1 month. And I don't go back to Malaysia. And I sleep in cars. I sleep outside. I don't go home. So there are so many issues affecting the whole marriage. And of course, all these things pile up, and it was really broken down. And to the point of time, I couldn't take it anymore. And I decided, maybe I should end my life. Right? I guess most of you have thought about it. Okay, ending your life, everything will settle down. Everything will be like, oh, yes, I just jumped down the building, and that's it. And that's it. I don't need to care anymore, right?
Yeah.
But that was not the case, right? That was not the case. So that was my I attempted twice suicide at the edge of the building. I still remember for the very first time. I'm not afraid to tell you how I feel. All right, I'm scared of height. I'm scared of height. So standing at the edge of the building, I was like thinking, maybe I should jump down. But when I looked down, I was like, wow, shit, man, this place is high. I'm scared, the kind of thing. Then I think about, if I jump down, my head will be squashed, my hand flying around, or whatsoever. I don't know. So crazy thoughts, and I chicken out. I was like thinking, okay, maybe I try not to do so. Maybe I try other methods. Maybe I will succeed in saving the marriage and everything in my life. And okay, then moving on, the second time I decided to suicide. Second time, all right, standing
I
at
mean,
the
I
age
mean,
again.
I mean that what caused you to have the thoughts of doing it for twice? Is it because of the same reason as well? Because of the broken marriage?
Yeah, correct, broken marriage.
Ah,
Mm,
is it?
yeah.
I mean that you stand at the edge of the building, right? Same
Mm.
building or different buildings?
It's the same building. It's the same building. Yeah. Then after that, the second time was when I wanted to jump. I saw my kids' face in the sky. It's like a drama. I don't know why. When people want to commit suicide or maybe something, they will see something. And I saw that. I saw my kids, you know, face on the sky in the sky, and I decided not to do so. And I think back, if I jump down at this point of time, what happened to my kids? Okay, what if my wife remarried or she find a new boyfriend, that kind of thing? And what if they abuse my kids? Okay, I have a beautiful baby girl at the time, so I was like thinking, and what about my son? So a lot of all these things in my thought, and I was decided to, that maybe I should not do this, and get back on feet again this time around. Mm.
Wow, wow. And exactly during that time, right? You're
Mm.
facing bankruptcy. You're almost facing bankruptcy.
Mm. So the
Uh,
bankruptcy was actually at the almost very beginning of the marriage period. So that's about 24, 25 years old. That was the period of time. I have to escape from Singapore, and I have no, face. Asian we call face, right? Our ego, our pride to face my friends. So I left Singapore and I hide in Malaysia, and I cut off contacts, and that was the time period. So that time still okay, all right. Even with bankruptcy, near bankruptcy, the marriage just started and this kind of things, so on and so forth, still okay. So it's only till the later part, okay, about 2 years ago. Okay, 2 years ago at the age of about 28 years old, things piling up. And that was the time I attended suicide once I think in the beginning of the year. And after that is maybe March, April, that time, after that, around that period of time. I actually, to tell the truth, I can't really remember where's the date, because after so much drama and all these things, a lot of things buried, and decided that actually it's my life experience, so let it go. No point thinking about the whole entire details, but I do remember that this is a part of my life, this is part of my experience, and this is what I went through clearly, personally. Yeah.
yeah, and you said that I mean that you have a debt that costs 100,000. Okay, let's get back to the beginning of the at the age of
Mm,
24 that you mentioned that you have a debt
mm.
approximately $100,000.
Yes, Singapore dollar.
Singapore dollar. So
In
when
case we have
you
US friend or Malaysian friend, Singapore dollar. Yeah.
so So you mean that you escape from Singapore, you go to Malaysia,
Yeah, yeah.
and you know that
Because
Malaysia ringgit
Mhm.
is like if 100,000 Singapore dollar is approximately equal to 300,000 ringgit Malaysia.
Yeah, that time is about 265,000, 2.65.
Yeah, 2.65.
Yeah.
Then how do you pay it off? I mean, how do you clear that debts? Because as far as I know, when people have a debt, right, they tend to pay it slowly. Okay, every month I'll
Mhm.
pay it, or I'll just borrow money from my friends and settle everyone. Then I pay back from my friends. But how? but how do you settle the debts when at the same
Mm.
time you have a family to take care of?
Okay, I mean, this is most people they want to find out from me, and okay, let's get to how I get into a debt. Would that be okay?
Yeah, sure,
So,
definitely.
so because a lot of people ask me, how you at the age of 24, around that age, how do you even get into so much debt? All right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so okay. Before the age of 24, I consider myself very successful. I'm earning a five-figure passive income, and I have living a good life. So I still remember living a good life in the sense of I walk into the LV shop, a branded shop. I just choose whatever I like and I just buy, and living a high life during that period of time. And I simply love my life. And there were crazy things that I did. One of it was like I remember on a Friday night, I'm so craving for Thai food, so craving. I don't know why I have that kind of crave. I was like, I want to eat Thai food. And guess what? I booked the air ticket to Thailand. And
What?
yes, I'm not kidding. This is real. I was like, wow, I love Thai food so much. I was like craving. Oh, I must eat. Okay, so I booked the air ticket the next day in the morning. The first flight, Tiger Airway. All right, the first flight, and I woke up late. I was thinking, "Eh, okay, in myself like, oh shit, I think I have a flight today, so I was wearing my Singapore Army t-shirt, the green t-shirt everybody knows, and the short pants. Okay, and then I just wear my slippers and take my passport, my wallet. I fly. I rushed to the airport. I rushed to the airport. I flew that day, I flew that day, and I reached Bangkok. And my mom called me. She was like, "Hey, are you in Malaysia or something? Why are you not at home?" And suddenly yours is an international number. I said, "No, mom, I'm in Thailand." Then was like, "What? Why you went to Thailand?" It was like, because I want to eat Thai food. And now, uh, and now I went there for I think 5 or 7 days, and I just party every day alone. That was the crazy thing that I did. Okay, that was how
Wow.
I live my lifestyle. And today I was talking to my wife. Was like, when I was wooing my wife that time, that period of time, so funny. She came back from China. I was in Singapore. All right. I wanted to surprise her. And that was the period of time, if I'm not wrong, MH370, is it? MH
Yeah,
something
yeah,
C,
yeah,
370
yeah. 370.
disappeared. And after that, that day, I wanted to surprise my wife, and I was caught in the traffic jam. I missed the flight. I booked a MH, and I messaged my wife saying that if you find that no, I'm not around anymore, maybe I disappear with the plane. I joked with her, and that time she was on the plane towards Malaysia, KL. So I remember I missed the flight. Okay, I missed the Air Asia flight. I took the MH Malaysia Airline to KL just to surprise her. And after that, we spent less than 12 hours only. Me and her flew back to Singapore, and I missed the flight in the morning. And that was so crazy. Just to surprise her, I took airplane there to give her a surprise, and I took airplane back within 12 hours. That was
Wow.
that kind of crazy lifestyle. And today I was talking to my wife like, hey, come on, don't say I never invest in you. I invested in you, that kind of thing. So so that was crazy, and that was the kind of lifestyle that I'm living. So if you imagine that is the kind of lifestyle that I'm living, it means that I spend a lot of money, and
Yeah.
I go to clubs, I go to pubs, and I spend a lot of money. In Malaysia, at a Thai disco, especially those Thai joints, I can hang one night a few $1,000s, a few $100s, that kind of thing. And that was the lifestyle that I was living. All right, and that time I was doing network marketing. My
Ah,
whole family, my mom and dad was in the MLM, and I believe if you have Malaysian audience now, you will know the company is called Elkin.
Oh, I
I
know, I
can't.
know, I knew it.
That's right.
I knew it.
So my
Okay.
mom and
I
dad
was
actually
I was part of the member before, just to be true.
I guess so. They are the one of the biggest in Malaysia. So that time I was working in it, and I earn money from it, but I do not know how to keep my money, and I just spend money. I spend, and during that period of time, because I wanted to be my wife, my parents they disagreed with this not say marriage, but the courtship, like the relationship. So I decided to give up everything and to be with my wife. And in this business, it's a human business whereby people, interacts with each other, and there's communication. All this is human interaction business. And because I was too successful at that point of time, I got a bit arrogant in my life. So I got
Mm.
arrogant. I got, I don't care about managing people. I just care about having fun, having the money. All right. And end up, I lost the entire business. Okay, my whole network of people left me. All right, and I was down to almost zero, nothing. And that was the period of time my debt started. What kind of debts? Okay, I started still spending money, still spending on air tickets. Okay, I still travel with my wife about, I think, how many countries I went to. I forgot, about 4 5 countries we went to within a short period of 6 months or something, or a year. I forgot it. So during that period of time, I being spend money. All right, and when I have no money, the next thing I will do is to borrow money. That's the easiest way, right? And I
Yeah.
borrow a lot of money from people that I know. And the reason why people will, that period of time, why people would really lend me money is because they thought that I am still very successful. My branding is still very good. I still living a good life, showing pictures and all this. I know how to do personal branding. So people thought that, but currently I do personal branding. Personal branding is still good. I'm not in debt. So
Yeah, 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 definitely.
so people lend me money. So people gladly lend me money, thinking that that this guy will pay me back. Okay, or maybe they want to buy my network of people. They want to get into my good book. I do not know. And I just borrow money, and I borrow and borrow and borrow. And one day I woke up, I was like, shit, no way I'm going to pay back so much money. How am I going to pay back? There's no way I can pay back. And no choice. I told them, I will pay you back, but someday I will pay you back. Believe in me, I will pay you back, but not now. All right. So end up, I went to Malaysia. I don't want to stay in my home because my parents and me quarrel every day. I I fight with them, I scold them, and I don't want this kind of relationship with my parents. So I left, and I went to Malaysia. I stayed with my wife during that period of time, and I worked 4 jobs. And surprisingly, these 4 jobs were the most tedious kind of job that I ever done. Okay, I did a Samsung promoter, I did a consultant for a baby toy company, and I did a admin. Okay, work for my cousins, and after that I do some ad hoc sales job during that period of time. 4 jobs, and sleep 4 hours a day, and most of the time I only travel back, you know, to Malaysia. Okay, during that period of time, I still remember I traveled to Malaysia just to shower or whatsoever, then I just come back to Singapore, that kind of thing. Or sometimes I don't even go back.
Wow, really?
So really, really, really. So during that period of time, it's like crazy. I don't know how I survived that period of time. I do not know. And because for myself, to me, you might think that, oh, Hayashi, it's just a job. It's so easy. Because in my life, I have never submitted any resume before. That's the problem. I have never worked for anyone before in my life. Never, never. Even till at this point in time, I have not worked for anyone in my life before. And it's a bit weird. Even though it's a part-time job, it feels weird having an authority above me. There's a boss
Hmm.
above me, and people telling me, hey, you must be on time. What time
Yeah.
already? That kind of thing was like, I don't know. It's not, I'm not used to it. I struggle every day, that kind of thing. Yeah. So before I get into these 4 jobs, that time the very first job I did was at Changi Airport. I was a wine, they call him the wine steward. Okay, like it's very class wine steward. In short, you're just a salesperson standing there, lah. And that was my lowest amount of money I ever got in my life, man. Ever since I started doing business and all this. I work that time, if I'm not wrong, every day, including traveling time, is about 13 hours. That period of time, 13 hours. And 13 to 15 hours, yeah, during that period of time. And I earn after my so-called my CPF, in Malaysia it's called EPF. I take home only $900.
Wow. A month?
Imagine I earn five figure a month and I earn $900 now. So that time I was like thinking, oh, okay, internship 3 months, all right. Then after that, I get to learn about wines and all this. It's a good thing. It's a good knowledge. And after that, I went on to my 4 jobs, and this is the starting point. Okay, a change in my life now. This point is one of my friend, a very good friend at the time. Apparently now he disappeared. I don't know where he go. And he
Did you
introduced
try
me
to find
to. No, I didn't try to find him. It's a bit awkward because people tend to leave means leave lah, so a bit
True.
awkward. So he introduced me to drive Uber.
Oh, Uber.
I was one of the pioneer batch of Uber driver in Singapore. That's about thinking back, it's about at least 5 years now, man. 5 years. So during that period of time, my friend introduced me to go, to Uber. He was saying that, hey bro, you need a car, right? You need to travel in and out Malaysia and all this. I'm like, yeah, I need to travel. And why not you try lah? Uber. You can drive people and all this. I was like, wow, what is this, man? In Chinese we call it 霸王车 ah. It means that you go and when people get into a car, you chop them out and tell them how much money you're going to pay me.
Yeah.
I'm not used about this Uber thing, so I started driving Uber, okay, part time, and I lost money in the first month. I still remembered I borrowed $300 from my mother-in-law just to get the phone, a phone. Okay, the phone that can register with Uber and all these things that
Yeah.
time. It's an iPhone or iPhone 3 or 4. I think iPhone 4, I guess. And I borrowed the money from my mother-in-law and started driving Uber. But the first month, I lost money. All right. Because I do not know where are all the places. Every single day, I get scolded by my customer. Every single day. All right. I was thinking in my heart, like, what the hell am I doing all this, man? I'm a taxi driver. I'm a driver, and people see me like some kind of low class and all kind of negative thoughts. I was like thinking, goodness. And after that, I decided that, hey, no, there's a saying in Chinese that's called 行行出状元. Okay, in every industry, there will be someone who excel in the industry. I want to be the person who excel in the industry. I'm not going to fail here. Even as a driver, I can make something out of it. I can be someone better in this industry. I can make money from here. And after that, every night I will go to the CBD area in Singapore. I will try to recognize all the pickup points and everything in the CBD area. And I practice and I practice and keep on practicing, because the GPS sucks. All right, it is never accurate most of the time. And they will take you to, we call it, take you to Holland,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
don't know where you go. So I practiced and I started making money from Uber. I started making money from Uber. And after that, the income from Uber was crazy. I can work 8 hours a day, 5 days work. I can earn about $6,000 to $8,000 in that time. Wow, that's a lot of money, right? I know,
Six
that's a
to
lot of money. Yeah,
just by
about
being
hours, Monday to Friday, $6,000 to $8,000. My friend
is
earned
it
13,000.
is it because during that time, right? Not there is not many Uber driver, right?
No, no, no. There are not a lot of drivers, and the shirts can go out to 3 times, 4 times, and even 5 times. And it's really crazy. So that time I earned money and I quitted all my jobs and I full time into Uber. But that time I was a very, very hardworking driver, very hardworking. I work my longest was 22 hours non-stop, 22 hours driving on the road. Okay, on average, I drive about 16 to 18 hours. And the guys call me crazy, man, because I have toiletries in my car. I have potato chips. And because that time I have no money, I have loaf of bread
Okay. Yeah.
and plain water. And I have a mini pillow, they call it, and a mini bolster. So I sleep in my car literally. Okay, I always find a
So
good spot to sleep.
so which means that during that time, right, when you are doing Uber, you sit inside Uber, it's also the time when you quarrel with your wife.
You are right. Because I don't go home. I don't go home. I don't go home. because I wanted to earn money and I have to be on the road most of the time. All right, I have to be on the road most of the time, so I don't go home. Even I go back to that point of time, my relationship with my parents a little bit better. So I go home in Singapore to shower, and I get out and I drive, and I'm tired. I just park somewhere and I sleep in the car. So my hands have all the mosquito bites and everything. And to save money, I eat a loaf of bread. Just eat the bread, drink the water. I feel full, and that's it. And this is true. Okay, when people say in life, when you have you get the bottom, bottom. Is it true or not? You eat bread and water, sure, bro. That kind of thing. I was like, yeah, sure, sure, sure. Really got such thing. It happens to me. Bread and water that time seems like, wow, I tell you, that kind of, it's like, wow, beef steak and wine, that kind of thing to me. I get to eat. At least I get to eat. And and that's how I work my ass off, getting connection, getting a lot of people to know me, who I am, because I'm very hardworking. And from there, I earn the money. Okay, I take the money. I start to slowly accumulate my wealth, and I invest a bit here and there, and invest in small businesses and all this. And my lucky chance came. Okay, that time Uber has a competitors, that is Grab.
Yeah.
Uber has a competitor, that is Grab. Grab came into market, and this time round, Grab needs driver. They are pumping a lot of money in the industry to get more drivers. All right, and during this period of time, um, they are throwing a lot of incentive. All right, Uber throwing, Grab throwing, and that was the time I see an opportunity there. And guess what? To become their referrer.
Referral. How? What do you mean a referral?
Referral means like I tell you crazy thing. So I go to I will personally book a Uber car, $6, cheap $6. I'll go in there and then I will say that, hey bro, oh you doing Uber? How was it lah? Good lah. A small chit chat, and then after that, hey you got do Grab or not? No Grab ah. Never mind. I help you. I help you to register Grab and everything. So I brought them to the
Mm.
office to registration for Grab. Then after that, I will book Grab this time round. And I'll say, hey brother, wow, you do Grab ah, Bei Pai ah, Grab not bad lah. Hey, you got Uber or not? Don't have Uber, right? I recommend you Uber. So I port them. So during
Ah,
that time, incentive was crazy. How crazy? Per referral is 500 to 1,500 per person,
Singapore dollar.
Singapore dollar.
What the? Really? That much?
Really that much? Really, it's that much. And during that period of time, I think within less than half a year, or maybe about 6 months to 8 months, I forgot the time frame, I made about a total of $80,000 Sing.
Oh my god. That's so much.
And it was simply good work, in the sense of I just sit around talking to drivers, and at the same time I applied my skill set of social media marketing in Facebook. I do posting, and from my home, I actually built up a business from there, doing referrals.
Oh man.
And because the referral is so good, all right, the money is so good that period of time, and I was able to give incentive to other referrers. So I recruit my own team. After all, I'm in the network marketing, so I know how to recruit people. So I recruit people from the incentive. I give part of them, and I start. Slowly I stop recruiting, and these people recruit for me.
Oh wow. Wow.
So
You
end up, I made money from there, but there was one problem with this business model, that is, what if one day they stop? And indeed, they stopped the referrals. They reduced the money and all this. There was not much money to make, and the next thing was like, I have this network of people, so many people, all right, in my team, in my group. How am I going to continue to milk from this? In Chinese we call it 人脉是钱脉. Network is money. All right.
yeah.
That is, and maybe in the IT they call it data is money.
Yep.
So I have this group of people, and how can I continue to do this? And I find a problem in the market. So if you want to do business, don't go and recreate something. Okay, recreate something is a bit crazy, I guess. To me, I don't want to recreate things. I want to find things that already exist, and there's some problem with it, and you just find a solution to this problem. You make money, and this has been what I've been doing for so many years, solving problems and making money. And I noticed that workshops in Singapore, car rental business, all right, they need people, right? Because Uber and Grab that time, sprouting out in Singapore, and a lot of drivers joining in, and there are so many rental company popping out, trying to get customers to rent their cars. And that was the period of time I was thinking, hey, I have a solution for you. I have people. You have cars. Why not we
Mm.
match together? So I went around, I do the lead work. I went around Singapore and trying to contact different car rental companies, and I tell them, hey guys, I'm from I'm from Takeshi Limousine or something like that. And I say, hey, I have a group of drivers, I need cars, and are you willing to work with me based on commission? Are you going to
Okay.
work with me based on commission? And they say, yeah. We need people. We have cars. If we don't rent out the cars, every single day is depreciating in Singapore, and it's so expensive. The COE and all these things is crazy. And if they don't rent out the car every single day, they are losing money, so much of it. So I say, hey, why not we work together? So I form my own panels of rental companies, and I matchmake them. I matchmake and I sign
Wow. That.
contract. And the contract usually lasts at least 1 month to 6 months, and some better 1 year contract. And these drivers, they commit to the cars, they start to drive with the cars, and every single day, whether they drive or they don't drive, I still making money. So this is something that I love to say is owning everything but not owning anything.
Wow.
I don't
Wow.
own the cars, I don't own these people, right? I just match made them, I get my passive income, and that's how. and that
Wow.
is that is my really detailed accounts of how I pay off my debts.
Wow, man. I mean that in this kind of context, right? I can say that you are a good businessman, and two, I think that the second one, the most important one, I think that you are a very very good problem solver.
Mm. I just That's why I feel that I'm a good problem solver. I cannot solve my marriage. That's the problem. That was the problem with me. That's I was thinking I can solve many problems in business, but I can't solve my marriage problem. I can't solve the thing. So
Then,
that
yeah,
was. Mhm.
then after that, I mean that you managed to settle your debts, right? You managed to
Yes.
settle your debts.
Yes.
Then I do believe that when you settle your debts, right, I think that your emotion is starting to get good because you see that, oh, now I finally clean. I don't need to
Mm,
pay anyone. What I earn,
mm,
the money that I earn now is belongs to me. So is it
mm.
that when you finally have the control over your financial status, is
Mhm.
it also exactly at that time where you start to fix your marriage?
Yes, it's all happening at the same time. It's all piling up. All right, marriage at the same time, financial at the same time, and in marriage, it's not just financial. It's not just time with the family. The next thing is wife and mother-in-law problem. My
Okay.
mom have a very bad impression of my wife. My wife has a very bad impression of my mom. So you put two tigeress or tiger, how do I say it?
Tigers,
Tigers?
tigers,
Tigers
tigers.
in the same house. Just crazy, man. And my mom pamper me. My mom take care of me. I'm born with not a golden spoon or silver spoon, but my parents just dot on me a lot, and they always stand on my side, and that was the problem. And whenever my wife called me, my parents will go and scold especially my mom will go and scold her, and then all these things. And I do not know how to manage this. Why? This is my first marriage. Which man on earth will know how to manage two women at the same time? He always cock
Yes,
out.
true, 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 true,
Always cock
true,
out, right?
true, true, true.
One
And
is
there is
someone.
no And there is no textbook on teaching you how to manage two
Correct.
girls.
No textbook, no tutorial. I don't go to school to learn how to manage two women at the same time. One woman is already, oh my god, two women together is World War, man. And that's happened to me. It really happens to me. And I'm someone who's very filial to my parents, as much as I quarrel with them, but I still love my parents a lot, and I took care of my parents, and I can't see my wife scold my parents, then my parents go and scold my wife. I also don't know what to do. So, as men myself, I don't know what to do. The next thing is I don't do law. I don't care lah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't care. Let them. I believe it will solve on its own. But at the end of the day, I tell you, that's bullshit. You have to solve it on your own. You have to learn. I have to learn the hardest way, all right, of all these things. And during that period of time, yeah, everything was good, but parents issues, and after that, my wife and her mom relationship wasn't that good, and all these things, and this is year by years, day by days, so everything pile out. Even though financial settle, I pay all my debts, but financial settle, character not settle ma. My wife and
Mm.
me different character. She's a Malaysian, I'm a Singaporean, different culture, different
So,
mindset.
so how do you manage to like? I mean that you mentioned that actually two different characters getting together have a
Mm,
marriage. But at the end of the day, like how do you solve this marriage problem? And I believe that when you share this, I mean that it happens to everyone, every family that having this kind of problem. So probably you can share like how you solve this problem. How do you solve this marriage? And right now, I every
mm,
time I see your post right on Facebook, it seems that you are having a good marriage right now compared to what you
yes.
said that you almost committed suicide twice because of the
Mhm.
failure. So people say, how could it be?
Mm. Yeah, you are right. A lot of people say, how can it be? How can this be even part of your memories? And today, just nice, your show is on this date. All right, because today, you know, I saw a post to myself on this point of time 3 years ago. Can you see? 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, 2 years ago, yes.
So I wrote this post. Like that time I was very upset. So I wrote a lot about it, about my how my wife and myself and all these things on this post, and it reminds me. And frankly speaking, you ask me how to solve it. Okay, at this point of time, I will tell you we still have our quarrels. We still, have our little fights. This is unavoidable in a marriage. All right, as much as we love each other, but sometimes we still, quarrel over little things. Maybe, after money, after parents, the next thing is kids.
Yeah.
So this is ever is always there. It's always there. It's not about solving it, but at the end of the day, I feel that myself how I managed to do all this is mm, accepting it, accepting the person for who this person is, and don't try to change. Try to accept this person. You know, when my marriage failed so badly that time, I remember a voice. I'm a Christian. Okay, I'm a Christian. I've been praying to God every single day, crying and crying and crying. All right. I have no mood to work. I just, my room, when I off the lights, dark. My wife stayed in Malaysia that time when my marriage was broken. I was alone with my two kids here. Life was hard. I cried every single day, cried myself to sleep. And every single day, I just, read the Bible and all these things. And I was thinking, God, can you change my wife? Can you change her? Can you change my marriage into something better? I keep asking and praying. God didn't answer. It was getting worse because He didn't answer. And usually we'll say, no matter what religion, you say, hey, God, I thought you're supposed to help me. Why you never help me? That kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I got very frustrated. And it got worse because I vent my angers on the people around me, on my kids, my parents. And sometimes, I'm trying to win back my wife, but I still, still can't remember all the things that happened. And it was so bad. And just one day, God woke me up. I heard a clear voice. You might be thinking, hey, Hayashi, rubbish, crazy. But to me, I heard a voice, okay, to a verse, is you have to change yourself first. You have to change yourself first. I was like, huh? Change myself? In Chinese, I xiao bo, change myself. What's wrong with me? What's wrong? Why must I change myself? Right? All these things happen might not be my fault. It's two party. Yeah, but I have to change myself. And when I thought about it, I humbled myself down and thought about my life and all these things. I really felt at that point of time, I failed as a husband, I failed as a man, I failed as a father. That was how I feel at that point of time, and it was a very bad emotion. Right, I broke down, I cried. I don't know why I cried, but I just know that yeah, maybe he's right. I need to change. And from that day onwards, all right, I try to change. Okay, I try. Okay, because I don't know what can I change. I just try. When she talked to me, I like, okay, smile, don't remind about all the fights and all these things. No, so a lot of things I changed, and these are the things that I changed in my life that maybe, okay, to you, you might not be doing it, but to me, I did that and it succeed. The first thing that I tried to do in my life, I have never done that with all my ex-girlfriend. I do not have many ex-girlfriend, but with all my ex-girlfriend, I didn't let anyone touch my phone. I don't let anyone touch my phone. This is my privacy. You should respect my privacy. This is how strongly I believe in privacy. And end up, I gave my wife the password. I suddenly, at the very first few days was like, oh, give my wife the password. Crazy. Later on, or what is she check and all these things lah. And then after that, I'll go through my all my profile or make sure there's no other girls' photo, no other girls' message, and then make sure I delete everything first, have a clean cut and all these things.
Yeah.
And okay, all done, all done. Okay, God, I'm going to give her my password. Okay, give her my password. I tell you, every night I cannot sleep. Because you are so not used to it that you give your privacy to someone, you're still not used to it, and it's like so weird, and I can't sleep, and I just put that, and every time she go near me after that lah, she go near me because after that she came back to the house, so she sleep beside me, but she turned only. I was like, where's my phone? Okay, okay, nothing. I gave her my password. At that point of time, she didn't give she didn't give me her password at all. She didn't.
Wow.
And I gave it to her. So every night I also pray, don't have any girls message me, no matter friends, not friends, or whoever, don't message me, please. No, 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 that kind of thing, that kind of feeling. Then it works well. Now me and my wife, we have all our phone password. Anytime, just go in only. And the phone I throw around, I feel so free. I feel that I should have gave her everything from the beginning, and I will be a free person rather than a jailbird. I jailed myself out because of her privacy, and this screw up a lot of marriage and a lot of my friends' marriage and people that I know. So these privacy things I remove. Okay, I threw it away. Second thing that I work towards, okay, is we share our financial.
Mm-hmm.
We
What do
share
you
our
mean that
financial.
you share your financial?
Whatever money I earn go into a shared account. Whatever money she earn go to the shared account. And this money is shared for the family.
Ah, okay.
That time was like I earn myself ma, you earn your one ma. But then after that she will realize that why you spending money elsewhere and this and that. Okay, then the other thing is I was thinking, why you anyhow spend money? So she don't see how much I spend for the family. I don't see how much she spend for the family. So we will accuse each other, why every time I pay? Why every time you pay? That kind of thing lah. So end up when we combine, we see the numbers already. actually we both pay for a lot of things combined.
Mm.
And when she see the account, she will know that I cannot overspend because I overspend my husband no money. I cannot overspend, my wife will have no money. This kind of thing. All right. Then the third thing, okay, the third thing that I did to my marriage is no matter what, do my best not to fight and quarrel. Okay, in the sense of when she's angry, I'll let her be. Okay, when I know that I'm in trouble, okay, provoking her, the next thing is I let her cool down. And know what? I take my bolster, I take my pillow, I sleep on the sofa outside.
Wow.
That's what I did. I mean, as a man, I let her have the bed. I sleep outside. And the next day, wake up, look at her. Okay or not? Still angry? That kind of thing lah. So at the end of the day, in marriage, when you quarrel, you don't quarrel to win someone. Okay, if you win doesn't mean anything. You actually lose a lot of things. Whether my wife understand this statement or not, I do not know. But definitely, I feel that it works because if I do not have any temper, okay, she will not have any temper. For example, you try hitting a soft toy, a soft toy, soft toy. This is my son. You hit, but this thing don't retaliate. This thing will not beat you back. At the end of the day, you're like, boring.
Yeah.
You don't quarrel. This is how I solve my marriage things. And last but not least, parents and my wife.
Yeah, the biggest trouble that you have.
Yes. So how I solve? Simple. When my mom tell me something she don't like about my wife, for example, okay, I'll listen. I'll say, oh, okay, okay, no problem, no problem. I will go and feedback to her. Then when I talk to my wife, I will say that actually I think I won't say my mother. Last time I will say, hey, my mother say you this thing she don't like. I will say, maybe I think this thing maybe you can improve lah. You have been doing so well. I think this part maybe you can improve lor. I say me lah, me. I don't say my mother. Then my wife will say something about my mother. Then I will listen and I'll go to my mom. Hey, mommy, I think this one no, no, I don't think you should do this way lah. My opinion lah. My opinion is you should do this way lah. Then I see my mom very tired. Then I'll say, my wife just now say, you tired eh. Maybe you should take a rest. She'll take over. Then after that, I'll tell when my wife tired, I'll say, mommy, look at you very tired leh. You don't do lah. You don't do. So at the end of the day, sometimes a lot of things I do. No. And buying gifts is one of the best way also. It's like I buy for my mother. I will say it's for my wife. I buy for my wife. I say it's for my mother. So all this, I'm trying to be a middleman. If I can handle two ladies, I think I can handle a lot of people. That's how I feel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true, true. Definitely true.
This is how I feel. And end up really, really. And I start to learn how to, put some words cannot bluntly say. I have to, package, even though it's not like lying, all right? It's like packaging, making it nicer, like changing some of the words into a very softer tone, that kind of thing. So I learned this way. And it really helps me a lot managing my family. And I always believe this is 家和万事兴. So if everyone in the family is peaceful, everything will be good. Financial will be good. Now I go to work, I go for meetings. I tell you, I have no troubles. Nobody come and disturb me at all. I have a peace at home that my wife will not call with my mom will not call with my wife, nothing at all. Last time when I go, I tell you, I'm very worried. The next thing my family called this phone was like, shit, sure got things happen. And I have to rush back home, that kind of thing. So
Wow.
this is about me, my life, my marriage, and all these things, man.
Wow,
So
man.
I don't know. I mean, to me, when I look back, especially I turned 30 on 31st of March, I was thinking I have some kind of syndrome, I call it. I was like, wow, 10 years of my life. How much have I faced? I faced near bankruptcy. I failed in many businesses. I failed almost failed in my marriage, and I almost attempted suicide, and so many things happen. Marriage betrayals. all the lies and everything, whatever you heard about in the drama, I face everything, and maybe I can
Can make a
write,
drama, you know.
write big drama. Yeah, this is how I spend my 10 years. It's just 10 years of my life, 20 to 30, and I face all these things, and all these things maybe bankruptcy, broken marriage should be. In my mindset is all people then have. How come I will have to face it? And because I face it, I thank God because I face it. It gives me a lot of confidence in a lot of things in my life. When people tell me this, I will say, you are still not that jialat. Okay, jialat means that bad. Okay, you're not still that bad. I know someone who's worse than you. This person here.
Yeah, something like that, right?
It's not me. I mean, what's the bottom for me now? And one of my coach, my 师母 told me, you Hayashi, you already hit the rock bottom. There's no more losing in you. There's only winning in you, and you have to win all the way. She told
Wow.
me that because I already reached the bottom. What else? No, I don't go home and I sleep in the car. I eat in the car. No money. Then I have money also. No, rich and poor all face. Broken marriage, happy marriage face. And successful business, failed business face. What else? I mean, to me now is really design my own lifestyle. Okay, design my own lifestyle doesn't mean I need to be a multi-millionaire having a lot of money, but having the freedom to do what I love is the most important. All right, this freedom is something that you can't use money to buy. For example, even though I'm busy with my work, my business, and all these things, but I have the freedom to say, hey, today I don't work. I stay at home. I accompany my kids. Hey, today, for example, 8 o'clock, I have an interview with you. I can just
Yep.
arrange my time and do this. I can do a lot of things. All right, and I don't miss out any of my children, school stuff, and any milestone of their growth stage. So I don't miss out. This is the kind of lifestyle that I'm living. Okay, you don't need to earn a lot of money. All right, whatever you earn, minus your expenses, you have the access. You are happy with it. It's just that the next stage is what you want. You want a sports car, all right. You want a better and bigger house. That is your desire.
Yep.
It's your desire. Other than that, no. Most important, be happy. I'm just happy, for what I'm doing now, and that's why you see my Facebook, right? I love to post about my family and all this because I really living the life that I desire, and over this 10 years I face so much things, and at the same time I have so much freedom to do things that I love. I don't work for people. Hopefully at this point in time I declare myself unemployed, so I'm happy about it, man. I mean happy about it.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, it's so amazing listening to your story. You know, like from back then, you having a good life. I mean, that you when you want to fly, you just fly. There's no problem. And after that, you face bankruptcy, business failure. And I think that the most important. I mean, like the most important things that what I learned from your story sharing is that no matter how deep you have fallen or how dark have you been trapped in that alley, there is always there is always a way out. The problem
Always.
is it's up to you whether you want it or not.
Yeah, I don't live my life to destiny. I don't live my life to fate. I believe all of this we are within control. You are within control of your emotions, your mindset. You have all the control that you want. This is the freedom, and there is always a way out. It's just that at the point of time you don't see the way out. Just like years back when I was facing this broken marriage, I don't see the way out. I just cry on my bed every single day. I don't see any way. I don't see any light. But like you say, the light, the light. Suddenly I just saw the light and I heard the voice and it changed my life. It changed my life totally. All right. And I simply love my life now. I can't say how much I love my life, but I love my life now. And I have three kids, my fourth one coming up.
Yep.
So fourth one is baby girl. So I
Wow,
have one
congratulations.
girl. So I got three princesses. Now I got even more ladies in my life.
That add up to five ladies,
Five
five
ladies
ladies.
in my life, do you know? I was like, wow. Then my wife said, no, great, you have enough girls already. Now don't need any other girls. Five girls in your life you have to handle and all these things. I was like, oh, five girls, you know. So I mean, it's good, and I want to share because of all these things in your life that you happen. It happens for a reason. Just look for the reason why it happens. Everything starts from something that you have done and piled up. Because of my lifetime, my lifestyle, and who I am as a man, I don't give my wife security and all these things. It's all for a reason, and you find out what's the reason, and you can save a lot of things. And thank God this whole section that I'm sharing, okay, is my life experience, and I do not know where you are at this point of time, or maybe you're feeling very low in your life, marriage, financial, friendship, relationship, and all these things. Trust me, this is only now. Give yourself another 1 month. Look back. No, when I look back my phone, 2 years, 3 years, Facebook always remind me. But thank God Facebook remind me because I always remember what I have faced. And I look back, these are all the past. Time actually heals every single one of us. And just believe that, you have to survive through this period of time. You will see something out there. And luckily, because I didn't attempt suicide that time, or if I have jumped down the building, I won't be where I am today to share about my
Yeah.
life story, and you have spent 1 hour of your precious time listening to a stranger here talking to you, right? So thank God, and because of that, it's my experience, and I get to share on like your podcast, and the other day the other podcast, and I might have another one coming out sharing my life, right? So I never thought that my life experience I can actually inspire someone, and for this point of time, I have a good news to share. All right, it's amazing. It's really amazing. During this COVID period and this MCO period, I've been praying very hard and thinking that God, how can you use me as an individual, someone on this earth, to provide value to people around me? And I've been praying very hard. And guess what? God paved the way out for me. All right. I got into an opportunity, I got into a joint venture, and currently at this point of time, I'm able to provide jobs, all right, to up to 300 drivers in Singapore.
Wow. That
So
is
me,
that is awesome.
yeah. Me as an individual, I'm able to use my network, my connection, my expertise to actually do a joint venture with someone and able to provide 300 jobs at this point of time in Singapore COVID for all those drivers. On top of that, I am able to provide help, okay, to F&B owners in Singapore to to drive business for them. All right. And we are targeting, as many merchants as we can reach out to. We are also supporting two charities in Singapore Down Syndrome Association and also another animal society. And these two charities, we are also helping out these charities. All right.
Wow.
So I didn't expect that I myself now able to provide jobs for people, able to inspire people, and at the same time, all right, help those people who are less privileged than me. And even before this conference, all right, um, my mom was like, "Hey, I need to talk to you." I was like, "Hey, I cannot like 8 o'clock. I will late already. What you want to talk? No, I just need 1 minute of your time. This is very important." I was like, what's so important? Why can't you tell me later?" They saying that in the church, the pastor and one of the senior member actually asked my wife, "How am I?" All right, whether I need help during this COVID-19. They know that my business was affected, all right, because I do car rentals to people. So my rentals drop, and actually this period of time I earn $0 from my rental because I rebate all back to my hirers. So I don't earn money from that at all. And I am actually affected. Then they ask me, do I need any help? And I do, and my mom, no, my kids are sleeping well, they are eating well. My wife is pregnant and she's able to have good appetites, and I'm eating the food that I love, and both of you are healthy. When I think back, no, I don't need any help. I don't need any assistance. And I told my mom, maybe leave those assistance and help to those people who really need. And if they need a job, those who are driving cars or riding a motorbike, they want to do delivery jobs, maybe they can find me. I can provide jobs
Yeah.
to them. I want to be the one to reach out to people to help more people rather than sitting at home thinking that, oh my word, COVID-19, how? I might lost my job, I might lost my business, how? But instead of thinking about your current situation now, thinking about other people who are less privileged than you might feel that you are in a better position and you feel good about it, right? Like this time around, when I order delivery food, I will give extra tips because these people they need, right?
Yeah.
They need. And when you go out to buy some food, if they have what 10 cent, 20 cent change, give it to them because you are able to afford to buy food, means that you are still okay. There are people with no food at this point of time. So this
Yes,
is
true.
this is something that I want to share that during this COVID of 19, which is the hot topic now, and we can help a lot of people out there. All right, even in Singapore, if you don't need any of the financial assistance from the government, even if you are able to get it from the government and then use the money, pass on to someone who needs. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that what you're doing right now is so inspiring because I do believe that because of this COVID-19, right, a lot
Mm,
of people lost their jobs, and you know that at this time of time, right, and it's usually like what Grab food, delivery food. That is the business that thrive this time, and I'm really thank God. I'm really thank God that I'm able to hear this from you and
mm,
how I personally listen to your stories
mm,
from your past where you failed a lot of things until now you
mm,
thrive in things that you love to do. Your marriage is good, you are building up a successful businesses, and most importantly, you are helping people in needs.
mm.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your work.
You are most welcome. So I hope that this recording or maybe this live can reach out to those people who really need helps and there are helps everywhere. Okay, you are
Yeah,
not alone. You are not alone. I went through all these things. You are not alone. There are so many billions of people on earth. You are not going the only same thing, How worse can it get? So don't ever think about ending your life because you only live once. You end it, that's it. Okay, depending on your religion, you might think that you have next life and so forth, but it will not be the same. So just live your life to the fullest, okay? Do your best, get out of it. Emotional pain will heal.
yeah,
Financial, don't worry, no money. My mom will always say, get out and earn money, stay less at home.
true, true.
All right,
And
just
thank
more
you,
money, no
thank you so
problem.
much, thank you so much for your time. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you get something valuable from this sharing sessions by Hayashi. Remember, no matter how deep, how dark you have fallen to the rock, either the rock bottom or the darkest area in your life, remember, the only way out is to find the light or going up. Remember, time will heal everything. If you don't have any money, like Hayashi mom said, go out and stay less at home. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for staying tuned for the very first series, Moth in Black from Discovery Myth Talk Show. And I will. And next series will be more interesting. And I see you guys next time.